Hello everybody, it's me, Farum. We're here with a bit of Path of Exile 2, and today I wanted to go over something that I've really learned how to do this recently. It's quite complex, and since I've learned how to do it and how it actually works, it saved me so much time, especially with farming and organising my stash, and that is RegEx within Path of Exile 2. Now, RegEx are regular expressions. This is a search terminology, and it's a little different in Path of Exile 2, and we don't need to get too technically complex, I don't think, to get across how this works and how you can use it to save time. So I'm sure we've all been in situations like I'm in now, where you've done a farm and you've got some stuff dumped into a tab, and you want to find out if any of it is worthwhile. And we've probably come down here before and done something like this. I want to see all my things with quantity of items on, and you go, oh great, yep, there's a quantity of items. That's not got quantity of items on it, that's got rarity. And then you go, what is going on? Well, this search box down the bottom is very special, and we have to use special characters to make it actually work, and we can actually do a lot with it. You're actually limited to 50 characters here, but the way in which you can use special characters to manipulate the search, pretty good. So let's make this, first of all, just search for quantity of items instead of other things. We get our double quote marks, put it either side, and then press some other random keys and open thing, and we get this, and we've got quantity of items, quantity of items, quantity of items. Fantastic. I've got all my quantity of item things. But there's a lot of stuff here, and perhaps we want to do a bit more. So let's talk a little bit about how we can start saving space. Now, what this is doing, it's doing a full string search of every single character there. It's saying I need to find all of these characters in order. But there's a couple of ways that we can say, well, actually, you don't need to find all of the items. Actually, just what you need to do, you need to start there with a dot, end here. So your string is going to start here, a Q, and it's going to end with MS. Doesn't matter what letters are in between. So if you can find a distinct string like that, you can then compress it down to its start and finish. And that works really well. So we want to do quantity of waystones. We did that. Our quantity of waystones, quantity of waystones, quantity of waystones, quantity of waystones. It's going to find Q, nothing else that has Q and the W in it. So that's how you can use the dot and the plus. However, we don't care about quantity of waystones, they're rubbish. So let's get it back to quantity of items. Now the next thing we can actually look at here would be the pipe character and what the pipe does. So when we're searching here, if we put in another string here and we went Q, we went D space rary. You can see we've got no keys. Now what D space rary is searching for is increased rarity of items. It's the string that fits there quite nicely. You don't have to do the dot plus ms. You can find individual strings like this, put them in, and they'll work really fine. So what we can denote by this is we have no amazing anything that's going to give us ms and rarity. But we do want to know if we've got some rarity stuff. So let's use this pipe. So we'll press our pipe key. And then we'll do D space rarity. Now we've got a lot more results back. See now we've got rarity of items, quantity of items, quantity of items. We've even had these maps start to be highlighted saying rarity of items. Now this is when we can get back to doing our AND queries. So put in our space, put in a couple of quotes. We've got an open query here that we can put in another search. And what are we going to do for this one? Well, actually, what we want to find is we just want to find any that are, let's say, anything above, in fact, anything with 10 maps. Let's just put 10 maps. So we've got some 10 map ones there. It's quite nice. 10 maps with quantity, 10 maps with rarity. Lovely. Good job. But we can go a bit further than that, and let's do that now. We're actually quite happy with anything that is above 5. So if I try and represent this like I would with, if I just try and find the 9s and 10s, something quite funny happens. These maps have started being highlighted again, but it doesn't say 9 or 10 maps on those maps, but it does have 0, and it should have that number somewhere. Anyway, it all goes a little bit haywire when you represent numbers like this. And what you need to do with numbers is this. Brackets, right? And we're back in school. Pop some brackets around them. And we're back to our 10 maps. So we don't have any 9 maps. That's fine. That's fine. Let's expand the range of that a bit. Now, if you want to do a range of numbers, what you will do is square brackets. And then within your number, you'd go 6 to 9. There we go. Got a bunch more keys here. Let's check them. Rarity, 8 maps. Quantity, 8 maps. Rarity and rarity of items, 8 maps. I almost called out the quantity of waystones. Rarity, 7 maps. Quantity, rarity again, 8 maps. Rarity, 8 maps. Quantity. Now, let's say we really, really, really don't like quantity of waystones. There is... Oh, in fact, we should probably talk a little bit more about numbers. So there we've got represented a 2-digit number. However, if you wanted to represent a 2-digit number in a range, you would do it like this. Where you would go 1 and then your square bracket. And then you would do, say, 0 to 9. And that would search you anything that is 10 to 19. So you would represent it like that. And if you wanted to go to 100, if you wanted to go to 199, you would simply put on another one. So that's how you represent multiple numbers. Search. All right. So the last thing we want to do. So we really don't like quantity of waystones, and there is one more operator that we can use. Although I would recommend trying to do your searches without using this operator, but it's kind of hard sometimes. So we hate quantity of waystones. We want to get rid of it. So a string that's in this one that we can see compared to the other things that we've got is a Q to a W. So I find it easier if you look for the capitals, funnily enough, and then try and build around those, I guess, because they stand out a bit, right? So we're going to put in our quote. We're going to go Q dot plus W, end quote. Now, the only ones we've got are ones with waystones and items or rarity and items. That's the opposite of what we wanted. That's a panic, right? So what do you do when you panic? You put in an exclamation mark. It turns it around. So the exclamation mark will turn your query into a not. So that's the not. So that's actually how this works. There's just those few characters that you need to understand, really. I'll drop a brief written explanation of them and how to use them in the description of this video. If you've got any queries and stuff about this, feel free to ping me a question in the comments. I'm happy to try and answer. I don't mind answering technical stuff. And yeah, if you've enjoyed this and it's been helpful, if it's been helpful and educational, maybe hit the like button, maybe subscribe. I'll catch you again in another thing soon. Hope it's helped.